So it is raining outside in case you hear some background noises, but I've just gotten news that the US has gone ahead to ban the importation of foreign-made humanoid robots into the US.
The US is banning new foreign-made humanoid robots. The US Federal Communications Commission says it wants to secure critical supply chains.
And this is also a feeling that they are going after China. That's why they want to ban this. And this might have to do with the recent robot fight that happened. And maybe they watched that event and were like, oh man, China is so advanced. How can they be able to do this as of 2026? Because if you haven't noticed, when you go through that video and you see some of the comments, some people still believe that it is AI. And I guess like they can't believe that this is real and it is happening in 2026. And maybe they saw that and they were like, this is so advanced and we have to do something on China. And I feel like the companies which are going to be the most affected with this ban is gonna be Unitree, then there's Agibot and also Engine AI. Of course there's some other more, but usually like Unitree sells a lot of their robots to the US.
What the fuck are you looking at?
My bad, tough guy. My fault.
They've been exporting so many robots to the US, and you can actually see here on the robot shop how you can be able to buy them right now, right away. But now given that this ban has come in, I think now robot shop will have to stop doing this. So Unitree will be affected a lot, and because for them they've gone for this model where they make robots for entertainment, but also they make robots for other companies to come and use their robot to train their AI models. Let's say like if your company want to train an AI model like this US company which is training their AI on how to be able to do surgeries and stuff like that. So for them, you don't have to spend a lot of money going to buy your own robot. I mean, starting up your own robotics company. Then you have to build everything to make sure that it can be able to work, can be able to do what and what. Before now, you can begin training your AI model on it. For them, they have been offering this step where for you just come in and to get an already working robot that can be able to do it so agile. It has some of the best agility and it can be able to do this stuff on its own. And now you put your AI on it and you train it how you want it to do stuff for you. But given that this has happened that way, I think it is one of the biggest blow to Unitree. It's gonna affect their revenue a lot. With time, of course, they will find new markets in Europe or other places. But given that they want to be able to access the US, and the US has been the location where a lot of robots are being trained actually, because it's the place where they are somehow more advanced when it comes to AI models and training. But for China, on their side, China of course is way more advanced, but way more advanced when it comes to agility. Agility, this means like robots moving, you can see the joints, how they can be able to fight. But now when it comes to training of the robots, they have been somehow a little bit behind, but now they have been catching up. You've been seeing how they are able to release new AI models like over time. They are releasing so many of them and they're challenging the likes of Anthropic and also other companies like OpenAI. But now this ban is coming in at a time where China is peaking when it comes to robotics, because there's been this new research that when it comes to robotics, 6 out of 10 of them, if you consider startups, 6 out of 10 which are doing so well in robotics, will find that they are based in China and not in the US. And this has seen China growing so fast, and I think for a while now it has gotten to a point where it has scared the US and they have to take control. Now this ban of course means that now robotics companies that want to train their AI models alone within the US, they will have either to also start a startup of their own, or they can be able to build their own robots, homegrown ones, or maybe they could go to other companies like you have Agility, you have Figure, you have many more like Tesla. But now the biggest issue with the way that the robotics companies in the US have been handling things is that when a company starts on its own from the ground, they just doing things on their own. Like you train your own robot, you want your robot to be deployed for factories and to make stuff and to make components, you want to take it for manufacturing and all that. There's no company which is offering the similar services to what Unitree has been offering. Or maybe this will create an opportunity for such a company to come up, because now you can imagine a company like now Boston Dynamics. Of course people say that it is Korean because right now it's owned by 100% by South Korea, but still it is based in the US. So think of it in this way: if now Boston Dynamics started offering their robots as training for other companies, like now like these doctors who are trying to come up with a robot that can be able to do surgeries, or AI that can be able to do surgeries, instead of them building like their own robotics company, they can go and buy a robot from Boston Dynamics and then train it to be able to do the tasks that they want to do. I think if something like that happens again, it will help a lot, But the biggest issue, of course, is pricing. When it comes to American robots, they are somehow way expensive. Of course, not to say that Chinese robots are cheap, because if you consider some models like Unitree, the most advanced version that people usually go to buy to train them, they cost way more than above 60,000 or way more. You can see the prices on this robot shop. But now the cheapest model that one can buy to just play with it and use it for entertainment purpose, that is not that advanced brain-wise, you can easily get it for a lower price of something like 5,000. There's even a plan, I saw that from factory right now, you can get the R1 for I think 4,500 or 4,200, somewhere around there, USD. So the prices are going down, and they are going to sell a lot of R1 models to the US, that is. So this is one of the biggest blow to Unitree, but other companies, I think they're gonna survive this. So I don't know what you think about this, but for me, I have a feeling that it had to do with the recent robot fight of Engine AI. Once they saw these robots fighting or going at it, they felt like, man, we're being left behind. If China is doing this and for us we're unable to do this, we have to come up with some rules. And now this rule to ban foreign-made humanoid robots, of course, China is the one which is going to be the most affected, and it will create this environment maybe where now more companies within the US will get into the humanoid sector and start making more humanoid robots. Because as of now, I feel like they've been slanting. It's not like every day you hear that there's a new company coming up in the US that can be able to make robots. If you compare that to China, like once a month you hear that there's a new company that wants to make robots. So a lot of companies that side, they're working on projects, like they're working on a lot of humanoid robots, and for them they want to dominate that sector. But for US, you can name a lot of the companies, like there's the Phantom MK1, which was deployed to Ukraine. Then you can have the likes of Tesla, then Figure, then Agility. There's a few more, like Boston, although Boston people claim it's Korean now, but there's a few more, but they're not like way more like in China. In China, I think as of now, there are way more than 100 humanoid robot startups, like startup companies that are just making robots, and there's even more which are coming in. And I've seen lately people say that that side, if a company goes into robotics, you can be able to come up with a new model in like less than 6 months. You're able to make a robot that is working. And this is because for them, they're setting up standards. They already have standards when it comes to making robots. Like they've gone way more into this, and they want to dominate, really like dominate this field so much. The only thing that they're lacking behind is in the AI or the brain of the robot. And of course, they're trying to catch up, and they're throwing up this event like the recent fighting event, because in order to collect enough data so that they can be able to use it to train their robots. Again, there's another event that is coming on August, somewhere around 22nd. It's called the Robot World Games. That event features robots running 100 meters, 200 meters. There are robots fighting like boxing. Again, there's usually a lot of events like Olympics, more like Olympics events, but now in robotics. It's going to happen again this August, and for them, they want to use such times to collect enough data so that they can use them to train their robots on how to become much better, especially in handling such difficult situations. And already they're also deploying some of their robots to work with the police force and also within the streets. Like this robot which was fighting recently, the T800, already it has also been deployed to work with the police, doing patrols and way more stuff. So for them, they are way more into this and they're pushing so hard. But now this is coming as one of the biggest setback for them. And again, this is also gonna affect some companies based in Germany, because I know there are some companies based in Germany again, which also, like, they're still a little bit far away, but also the plan could have been to sell their robots to also the US. And again, if you consider companies like Engineered Arts, which is based in the UK, again, for them, they have a large market in the US as well. Their robot, of course, it doesn't work, but it is able to do a lot of stuff, and you have to put it in certain situations. You can be able to get the upper body alone or the entire thing, but it is able to function, and it has some very like natural facial features. It has some very natural facial expressions. Again, for them, this is going to affect them a lot, because they have like a lot of their market also is based in the US. So this is going to affect a lot of companies, but it's a good thing for the US, of course, that it will be able to make now a lot of their companies to go back into the hardware side of things.